Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda Heroes, like defender of the fatherland, off it all, one we one on Angoville Farms, and off it is. And my apologies for probably butchering the pronunciation here, but Misiaczek, Polska. I find here freedom, democracy, and liberty. Setting out here with the US 92nd Infantry Division in the south. That is Dumais fighting for Deutschland. Das Vaterland. Here, moving ahead with the 90th Panzer Grenadier Division. We got double Pioneer Grenadiers versus double Scouts. Machine gun here.
Grenadiers assembled.
And so we are off here. The Misiaczek and Dumais. As always, a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continuous generous and heroic support of the Propagandacast, supporting the war effort here. So big thanks to all those charming people, and a big thanks to commenting and liking on the video, so tremendously with the YouTube algorithm spreads out the video further. So we are off here. Pioneers Grenadiers east side here. Dumais focusing hard here, also doing his best to make sure this building is covered off with barbed wire, so the opponent can't easily make use of it in setting up a pin on cut-off point, or at least easily, safely. In forward here, Grenadiers pushing forward here, sandbags, barbed wire there, Dumais preparing the battlefield ahead of time, thumbs up. We got 30 cals out for Misiaczek as he goes for the weapon support opening rather than barracks.
Grenadiers have been mustered
There's
for
certainly
battle.
also a bit worth pointing out there. East side, Pioneers, Grenadiers, but this in again, consistent sandbagging, wiring here. West side, Pioneers probing forwards as well. And we got the same Grenadiers move forwards for Dumais, pushing eastwards steadily. And so first shots fired here, 30 cal being called out in the open. Grenadiers catch from inside the house, scouts nearby, drawing away some attention, I think, from the 30 cal crew there by blasting with only one guy there. And 30 cal now turn around to give the Grenadiers a good peppering. Same Grenadier squad could try and sneak up here, flank that way, or just let the cutoff point, which could then draw in some attention here from Misiaczek elsewhere. West side is, we got this scout from the Pioneers, another 30 cal here from Misiaczek. And there you go, 30 cal being pushed back. We got the other one flanking from the south here, but Dumais so far is leading here in terms of pressure and aggression. Third Grenadier squad here for Dumais, west side, Pioneers in that munitions point. And up north, the scouts backing off there in the face of the Grenadiers. And there you go, caught in the crossfire here. The Grenadiers forced withdraw. The American response there is swift and ruthless. Dumais with a third Grenadier squad, and so far no indicator as to what he's really planning battle group-wise. I mean, we got Terror, we got Breakthrough, and Coastal Defense. Coastal Battle Group is definitely a bit the odd one out there, otherwise the other two, you know, big tank at the end. Just, you know, how much more utility provides besides said big tank, which is where typically Breakthrough wins out over Terror in most cases, because it offers just much better utility compared to Terror. So, fourth 30 cal here for the American player, really going hard on those machine gun teams. Dumais with the Panzer Grenadier Company, thumbs up. Looks like he might be home to bait into the close to the building and then pop in, or he's not paying attention, which seems to be what's actually going on there. Grenadiers pushing forwards, might get suppressed here though. So 4 machine guns. American players in the current metagame quite fond of sparing the machine guns. Germans, not so much, because it doesn't get, like, you know, big bonus to be hard to destroy. It's typically why you see so many 30 cals. They're just, you know, pretty efficient in that sense. South side, you've got scouts casting the Grenadiers. Troops here being suppressed steadily as heavy machine gun fire thunders down on them. East side, 30 cals applying pressure. Grenadiers poking about here further east.
Rapid production protocols are in
And there you
effect.
go, Dumais in the end. Not surprising too many players by going for Breakthrough. It is by far the most popular battle group I find in 1v1 at the moment for the
You
Wehrmacht.
shall be receiving medics to heal our wounded.
Got rapid production, which is always really good. You get the Tiger tank or command tanks, Blitzkrieg. Got Starstorm call-ins.
Sector now under enemy control.
Great for ability, insane bombardment, smoke bombs. It just has a lot of, like, just good stuff. And there you go. Got the 251 out here for Dumais, the Mittlerer Schützenpanzerwagen.
Medics are standing by at headquarters.
North here, Grenadiers was the scouts. Russian heading for the half track. And of course he's not seemingly for now going for any MP40s because generally the MP40 upgrade is just not considered very good by most of my players, and that's certainly an opinion I very much share. So, I would like to be able to recommend the MP40 upgrade, but currently it's just sort of not worth it most of the time. The bazooka team's moving in there, hunting down that 251 half-track. Typically, Panzer Grenadier divisions did not really have these, but they could, you know, typically get them in various other ways. So maybe they found one, maybe they received it for other reasons. In some cases, towards the end of the war, some Panzer brigades were being dissolved, they had a lot of half-track to spare, and those would, like, you know, get handed over, for example, Panzer Grenadier divisions. So there's certainly a few ways it could have happened, but on paper, no. 30 counts moving in, their grenadiers been pushed off here. Got those pioneers sneaking in. We got the motor pool here for the Americans. Back at base here for Dumais. We're not seeing too much else happening. Half the Russian force here. Noting that so far Dumais has yet to upgrade his 250 half-tracks. Only something that stands out. Most German players tend to almost religiously upgrade it with a Sturm right away. But Dumais here seems to appreciate his machine gun. Possibly, it may be down the road, its ability to transport troops. Maybe even the Regal mines, because the Regal mines on this thing are pretty good. So, I'll wait thumbs up for Dumais for making use of the good old Hanno Mag, as it was called by the Western Allies. Got a pack 40 there on the way for Dumais, obviously worried about either half-tracks, or maybe like a Greyhound push there out of Misiaczek. I mean, he does have the motor pool, not that Dumais knows, but it's not exactly a bad thing to assume. That needs to be careful, that half-track. Pack 40 is almost done for Dumais.
Panzer Grenadiers will be mustered up to replace them.
And transferring out Grenadiers for the Panzer Grenadiers. I don't want something to that, I feel like. Grand filling up in there, go Panzer Grenadiers out. Bringing halfway down, of course, the abilities Misiaczek is picked. He can, of course, also rush out his vehicles there.
We have lost control of a victory point.
There you go, Panzer Grenadiers moving forward here with the Sturmgewehr 44. Previously before that was known as the MP44. And the German army is still largely hiding it from Führer during development. Because he was initially not really keen on that project. The German army had to, like, you know, get a bit creative when they were developing it.
Headquarters has an officer station.
Guards, bazooka teams moving, Panzer moving out on the flank here. Go in and hit that machine gun team with a geballte Laden or bundle grenade. Looks like that is exactly what Dumais here is scheming, and there you go. Got the bundle grenade off here. Big old boom's about to happen. Damage reduction boost, because that probably in short didn't get wiped, which you can be able to absorb a fair bit of damage for that. And unfortunately for Dumais, looks like his 251 is about to get knocked out, and it was right before we was able to lay down any Regal mines. So, a bit awkward there for Dumais. Like, imagine being able to lay down a Regal mine and the Grand run into that. That'd been pretty huge for Dumais. Alas, that was not to be. Got the motor or medic station out there for Misiaczek and the Americans.
Grenadier squad.
And a Grenadier squad wipe. Big win here for Misiaczek, getting off those counter shots and absolutely shredding those goddamn crouch jump troops pushing in 30 cavalry position east side here. You got the scouts busy, grabbing some terrain. 30 cal there in a bit of a tough spot. Panzer Grenadiers moving forward to get support of the Pioneers. Smaller assault party of Dumais being out more Panzer Grenadiers on the way to replace the ones lost. Oh, so tragically. Of course, you could also just consider like maybe holding out and then going for the Starstorm call in, but it's interesting that obviously that would not make much sense to do.
Enemy forces have claimed our territory.
A second Panzer Grenadier squad almost done here for Dumais and Deutschland. And we got flare guns on the way there for Misiaczek scouts. There we go, caught here. Pioneer squad laying down on Panzer's flanking in there. Pull the 30 column up here. Good push here, getting some good damage in there on Misiaczek pushing through scouts. Pursuit team also withdrawing here with a... And there you go, bang grenade. Dumais going for an attempted wipe on the retreating units. Don't think he make work, and yeah, did some damage, but I don't think quite enough to, like, really, you know, make that grenade worth it. Another scout team here for Misiaczek, going up to 3 scouts. Signing commitment there, and we got Dumais with a second pack. Probably due to the threat of the Greyhound and just feeling he needs more anti-tank guns to make sure he can, like, you know, go across the map without just being shot down by a Greyhound where the pack isn't. There you go, more cancer shots out there.
Sectors are isolated. We have been cut off.
Second pack 40 almost done there for Dumais and support. Oh, cancels it for support elements. Could be planning a Stug because, I mean, that's it. There's a lot of machine guns, and USF does make sense, but not so much against the Greyhound. But again, 4 machine gun teams honestly kind of screams for a USF.
Blitzkrieg tactics are available for vehicle crews.
There you go, 30 cal, that precision catching the German panzer grenadiers by the eastern victory point, and northeastern one to be specific. Pioneers poking out. Popping out there.
We're ready.
And a Stug 3G for Dumais. 2 thumbs up. More Stugs is better. Nego Grenadier will catch the Panthers out in the open. Suppressed already. They don't really have much of a place to go there. So Grenadier unleashes further firepower on them. Cover, in fact, is being destroyed here by it. American troops pushing forward here, sticking to the hedges. They're looking to outflank the Germans here. Units closing in. 30 cal setting up here. Dumais feeling the pressure. We've got the Stug there. Pin him up, machine on the way. Thumbs up. Of course, also has access to the point where it allows codes of quarters. That is great if you're Dumais. That's great if you're Misiaczek there. Misiaczek. Anyways. 30 cal coming in the center. You got west side, and machine pushed back, and Stug dives in. Resident Pursuit got 6 pounder guns here for the Americans. Obviously intimidated by the mighty Sturmgeschütz 3 als from gate. Back to these some resources here. A lot of unity from the American side here, making things complicated for the Dumais.
Alarm. Sector overrun.
The arrival of the M1 entertainment certainly is not going to, I think, assist Dumais there with the Stug. That definitely adds a challenge. I mean, he could certainly still be incentivized to go for an USF. I mean, now his opponent has 4 machine gun teams and an anti-tank gun there. Does arguably at least give some incentive towards trying out the USF. But Dumais with the MD42. Also an option, I suppose, with just a regular mortar. But I think out of all those 3 options I just mentioned, I'd probably aim towards the mortar of the USF rather than the MD42. But
an MG42
team is there go. Great Einstein flank here, gets some decent damage on the Stug 3D. Another shot that takes down to half health. May as well having a bit of a tough time there. We got machines from west up, the Supreme Scouts. More scouts entering, holding up here. Punchman Greyhound there, poking in some shots. Nation help. England team under fire. Punch with the suppressed, routed. Pack 40 being pursued.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
Stug are being repaired.
Sector lost.
Greyhound there versus the Stug. Got machines there trying to keep the pioneers from supporting the Stug. Not a bad move. There you go. Dumais with the USF again. In an environment with this many support weapons, there's definitely a strong argument for USF. I mean, he might still miss, but again, when there's this many support weapons, so it's like, you know, there's actually a chance to hit some of them. While the accuracy of the USF can be very questionable at times, again, depending on how much your opponent's presenting, like the slow, static targets, it can still end up being worth it. So, the USF they're halfway down for the maze. Tank there for Misiaczek. Misiaczek with a Sherman EC8 that was prepared here for him and seeking destroyer, so he's definitely clearly aiming for Brad Pitt.
A Nebelwerfer weapon is available.
Got the Nebelwerfer out here for the Germans. From the USF's captain. Dumais definitely intent here on inflicting some significant harm, but unfortunately it slips through his fingers. Nebelwerfer being pulled further and further close to the front line. Paniers and Trump, in fact, we got excellent macro from the Americans against Dumais, putting Dumais into a bit of a tight spot, especially when, again, tank depots was soon done, meaning he's going to be facing off against, Brad Pitt in a, near a time span. So that's definitely something there that, it's going to think necessitate Dumais soon doing something here before he gets rolled over. And I imagine Dumais, being an experienced player, is definitely keeping the possibility of an easy 8 rush in his mind. Stuke doing more excellent damage. Thumbs up. Buttoning, another interesting hit here in the Stuke. Wait for the cut-off point again. Dumais trying to do whatever he can here to slow down his opponent's economy. I think is an excellent move. Consolidation is routed. 301 to 131.
The enemy remains stubborn. We are down to 300
And there
points.
goes Sherman easy on the way here. I mean, Dumais could soon go for another Stuke 3G. In fact, I'd recommend another Stuke 3G soon. Maybe a third one in the command tank as well. We'll have to see what Dumais ends up with. Where will his decisions lead him down? For now, most of the north side of the map here is being held by the Americans. They got 2 victory points. They got a good chunk of the field points, meaning there's a lot of advantage here for Misiaczek against Dumais.
Assault group is advancing.
Another Stuke ready. 2 thumbs up. The Nebelwerfer barrage off here. Throwing a bit of chaos in this range of American lines.
Territory lost.
West side Pantscats and 30 cal here. Misiaczek does not pay attention. That's going to be a wipe here. Oh, pretty good here for Dumais. Good bit of luck. 30 cal crew gunned down in cold blood by German panzer grenadiers. East side, though, American scouts and engineers and the captain is breaching forts. West side, the Dumais is putting most of the effort. Sherman easily going for the panzer guns and the machine gun. Stuke's rushing in, moving in. Force, I think, to block the Stuke's flank here from being attacked here for the anti-tank guns. Counter shot on the EC8. Oh dear. There you go, double Stuke scores a great hit here. Machine gun team being suppressed by another machine gun team. Stuke's though dumbing enough for that Sherman EC8. Dumais smells blood. Almost got the EC8 hit, double Stukes. Do their part. 2 thumbs up to Dumais, 1 for each Stuke. And then bouncing 2 rockets in a row. That's pretty lucky there for Dumais. Try point blank blast, maybe? No. No, it does go for it. It does go for it. Ah, the shot missed. Jürgen! Aim properly, but they're moving! Suddenly, it's target! My God, Fritz.
Leave him! He's dead!
Now the Nebelwerfer unleashing hell again upon the American positions. Knocking it out was pretty big. Now, of course, Misiaczek could, of course, here go for the recovery tank, recover the EC8. That's an option worth considering for him, to be honest. Of course, whether or not he does so is an entirely different discussion. But it is worth pointing out. As for Dumais, he's got Blitzkrieg there, so considering we haven't seen a command tank yet, it's very likely at this stage that Dumais is very much thinking Tiger tanks. Oh, self-charge! Oh dear! Got the machine gun.
We are down to
Nice
200
work there.
points.
Realizing the Dumais have made a tactical error,
The enemy
he
has
punished
taken a
him
victory point.
in the most explosive manner
Command
possible.
points should be assigned when possible.
Greyhound though knocked out. Stu's continued doing excellent work. We got another easy here for the American player. Let's see if we can do a better job keeping that one alive in the face of the Sturmgeschütze. Another point blank blast, 2 thumbs out. Oh, no, I got cancelled. Said I do like the fact he's trying to make use of it pretty consistently as it is. I think a very good ability. It is unfortunately get a bit overlooked, but yeah. Also, Panzers run along on the Stu. Then it wasn't uncommon for infantry to run along on them. And obviously, a bit of ample space there on the back of it. They could also, in case you be used as ambulance, like you know, withdraw wounded troop from the front line. But in fact, it was half uncommon to see tanks used in that sense. Tigers, Panzer IVs, so on there. So they're all a bit of fun as well in terms of factoids there. 209 vs 431. The American players really got the squeeze in Dumais in that department. He's also got a good lead casualty-wise. So Dumais. No, he's got 2 Stooks, but he is facing some significant challenges that will need to be overcome. At least the Stooks can deal with some of them, but not all yet. Some armored sides could say for the Stooks would be a good upgrade there for Dumais. Spend some manpower, Panzer Grenadiers. In fact, he lost his other Grenadiers. Was some Grenadiers could be a good option for better cheap reinforcements. Panzer first, whatnot, but nope. Dumais commits to even more Panzer Grenadiers. Tank rolling out. Another need of Ever barrage.
Panzer Grenadiere have been deployed to the front.
Third squad out. Looking up, he need for bombarding the base. Only get lucky. Unfortunately for Dumais, there's nothing to really get lucky against though. I will say this does look pretty damn cool. But the end doesn't really have a direct impact on his opponent's forces. Do have a recovery tank, so I mean, again, he could call it in, recover the EC8, then at the same time something to repair his other tank a bit fast. So something worth considering there, though again, whether or not he wants to is an entirely different matter, but it is, I think, definitely worth pointing out. Well, so the German punch and trouble. We got another self-charge here by the American player. Could also consider laying down a lot of mines. He's got the munitions for it. I think that would be a very smart move there. 2 rushing force there, go easy on the flank. Got the 8 rounds ready. Battling up, PH still need to withdraw there.
You have 5 command points available to you.
Oberleutnant Fritz Schultz. Run. Yeah, that's the Stuki. Attack shoots, whips. In the Stuki.
We are down to 200 points.
Almost got the EC. He's wanting to risk the H2 against the EC8 to get banged, and he gets it. Another EC down. Brad Pitt forced to make it. Another tank. It's a stunt crew burns.
A Tiger heavy panzer is ours to deploy. The enemy has claimed our sector.
Panzer Grenadier on the move. At least the Stug is alive. We got Tiger tanks also now selected for Dumais. He's got the manpower. Right now what he needs is fuel for the Tiger. And a mortar for Dumais, a Granatenwerfer provides a bit more tactically useful, tactically flexible support for his men in armor. Thumbs up there.
8-centimeter mortar is ready to provide.
I mean, the American player still has some advantage here tactically, but Dumais is doing an increasingly good job. Ronega, scouts right by the Stu. Versati engineers actually busy laying down mines. Thumbs up there. On the west side, Panzergrenadiers are making progress as well. There we got 173 to 406. Another EC8 out of the American player. Again, at this point, I do think the recovery tank would increasingly make a lot of sense here for him. And the opposite also should be a bit more careful around them. Should be right again. Those teams fight. Down.
Sector lost. Assault packages are available for Grenadier squads.
Money is in trouble. Deep trouble for Dumais is willing to risk it. And there you go, and the white situation is going aggressively awkward here from these.
Frontline pioneers are dead.
Misiaczek.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
Yes, his 30 cal and his English, they're getting wiped out. You have another 30 cal, he simply forgot his advance here behind him, causing some problems. Russian should go there to assist, do a lot of damage to put him that way. We'll have to see if Dumais actually does commit to that, but so far, the answer to that looks to be no. There you go, Brett rushing in, looking to save the day here on the western front. Absolutely no problem. So that was a fairly clever move there. Another new leather barrage. Here's Dumais, looks to snuff out some more Americans. On the west side, again, use poking around. They're swiftly dispatched by Panzergrenadiers. Another Pack 40 up for Dumais. When he's this close to the Tiger tank feels a bit funny. But I feel like it just makes more sense to save up manpower for the Tiger tank. I suppose those after the Tiger tank has got reserved.
Available for use. Tiger heavy panzers eager for
He
orders.
cancels it. Pulls in the Tiger. Family up the Dumais. Heavy armor support from the 5th and 8th Schwerabteilung has arrived. They've got crucial support from the men of the 19th Panzergrenadier Division. Moving ahead with that one. That's going to be a bit more challenge here for the American player. I mean, he does have several anti-tanks running on the way, the Pacific troops and the Sherman. It's not like he's going to be completely defenseless. But at the same time, unless like Dumais aggressively misplays his Tiger tank, it might be a bit of a struggle here for the American player to deal with. There you go, easy pushing forwards. Dude's in close to the Tiger tank, thumbs up. And there you go, unit obliterated by the might of the Tiger. Destroyed, annihilated, crushed. Advancing here with the mighty slap to the Tiger tank. In fact, the Tiger tank was actually sort of a bit innovative in the way it was actually designed to have a steering wheel like that of a car, to make it easy to, like, you know, train people on and drive. It's one of the ways to sort of, like, you know, get some interesting things. They also had like an instruction manual known as the Tiger Feeble or Tiger Bible that was basically kind of like a comic again to similarly help, like, you know, just train people on the tank. But they later repeat that thing with the Panther as well, creating the Panther Feeble. So, little fun fact there. Need the Marshall fee to snuff out those enemy crews.
We should spend our munitions at once.
Hellcats. Battle cats, but Hellcats. Got the anti-tank gun.
The enemy has
Crew
claimed
and
our
the gun
territory
itself,
for
but
their
right
own.
there by Dumais. Watch that. They knows before they've been in for two. Dumais really now got a bit of an actual squeeze against his opponent. In fact, he's meant to take in terms of casualties. Quite impressive work there by Dumais. So thumbs up, another streak from him as well. 2 thumbs up. could just get some armored side skirts going, that'd be great.
Stuck is reporting for duty.
So, they could go for like the mechanized assault group, I suppose, but I think it's more like just go for the incendiary bombardment.
Commandant, we have surplus munitions to spend.
Oh, so that's a lot of munitions from base, that 300 munitions. Mines could be a great thing to spend them on. Bombarding the base, doing the deep trouble though. There's there, ball pits, so play his hands a bit with it. Got lost the Stu 3D, massive blow there to Dumais, a Stu crew, a hero of Germany. Just wasted. Tragic. Not easy at the blasting away. That's the kitty cat bustling about. Sitting himself right next to the microphone, so I do apologize for anything there if he accidentally like hits the microphone. Something like that.
Pioneers standing by. 5 command points available.
A mortar fire there at Dumais and his Granate in Meerfall. Bit of quiet here, as I think the American players trying to assess what he wants to do next year versus Dumais. Dumais is probably not looking like making any overt movements that could theoretically cost him the match. Now he's actually got an advantage. Another Neva barrage on the base. Dumais is relentless, ruthless. By the 30 count.
Breakthrough tactics activated. Territory capture is prioritized.
Breakthrough, but interesting enough, we're not seeing much here from Dumais otherwise, really, I think, exploit this created ability. Feels like there's a bit more could be doing there, but rest. Armor slowly getting a move on here. There you go, 30 cal flank.
Spend our munitions at once.
And forced retreat. So what will Dumais do next, and what will his opponent do in response? 122 versus Team 20.
We have lost the sector.
Attempt to actually breach the northeastern part here. By Misiaczek. Misiaczek, that's going to work out too well.
Our AT gun has been destroyed.
Instinct cleared out the white phosphorus. The Stu push does not go up too well there. We got 122 to 90. I mean, Dumais is still behind on victory points, but at the same time, he is steadily bleeding out his opponent. He's got a triple cap at least for now, so not like Dumais is in a bad spot as such in his own victory points. The thing is, his opponent seems to be losing more and more steam, more momentum, and he's trying to sort of more and more to break out of Dumais' stranglehold. Jaegers for Dumais. They actually back tech, which is pretty rare to see with the Wehrmacht back taking for Luftwaffe, for example, for a Jaeger squad. Not something I am particularly used to seeing, so quite intriguing to where that is going to lead.
Alarm. Sector overrun.
So the palm would definitely expect some counter effects there, but it's going to surprise you. He does go. Not much surprise there. Flag rushing south to sea. Great shot on the unit north. Hellcats letting loose.
Sector now under enemy control.
Guns doing a fair bit of damage to the Tiger tank. See it racing southwards, nice rushing northwards. Trying to go all in here, I think, on the Tiger tank. Can you take it up before Dumais and get to safely pick up more reinforcements? Looks like here though. That He actually ends up being a bit cautious. He withdraws the Hellcat, nice one back in again. Almost got the Tiger tank here really close, and he popped 8 rounds. You see it? This is almost for probably taking that there instead. Dumais gets through that due to just that particular bit of luck. 122 to 139. Keeps from that Titan for any repairs. Guns look rough and rough here for the American play against Dumais. Guns look much rougher.
Schützen-based armor will be applied to Panzers.
There goes Schützen for Dumais. 2 thumbs up.
We have lost control of a victory point.
Straight to armor the Aegis, losing Dieter. We got the Schützen almost on over Dumais. Deutschland.
Armored skirt supplied. Good hunting.
As you can see, they're pushing forward. Machine seems to be set out. I'm surprised at this stage, though. Misiaczek hasn't like knocked down that building.
Territory sector lost.
So more artillery firing to the base here. Actually can't use the units then for once.
Breakthrough tactics activated. Territory capture is prioritized. The enemy has taken a victory point.
You saw that punch being grabbed, Stuke halfway death, but also halfway to being fully repaired, depending on
Forces
perspective.
are briefed to contact a blitzkrieg on your signal.
Breakthrough again, thumbs up. Quiet otherwise for now. Just a bit of quiet. 119 to 26 down to one more problematic here for the opponent.
Commandant, we have surplus munitions to
He's starting
spend.
more against the mates as he's building his forces.
Received.
So
Enemy
something's
is down
changed,
to
I think, in
200
this
points.
the American player, his plans, his tactics. Dirty Cal there getting ripped apart, but one man lives. Survives, tell the tale. Maintain that veteran to flee. Meanwhile, Titans going straight on the second team. 119 time 90. 50 to the head here. Cut off one being struck. And east side, we got these here just doing nothing. It feels like the American player sort of lost his way there a bit, convincing his mojo. We'll have to see what ends up happening here, but if nothing I think significantly happens, this could very well look like they win there for the main. Keep blasting away. Finally over in the west here, but so far not doing too much. Got some units up there. They can stop the bleed. 119, 161.
They know we're here. Shoot back, damn it!
Hellcat's running about scouts, then a bit of trouble.
Take them to the end.
We got an ace near left the hanging back for Dumais. 119 was 147. 5.
Use grenades. Use
44.
anything. Shoot them.
Tiger tank is definitely shutting down a lot there. What
Our
is quite right
territory is
to do.
exposed. We must re-establish a connection.
Play a bit of grief. And we got Bazooka stuff coming as well there. Jaeger's picking up there, forming up more larger sized anti-tank team there. Your Hellcats in his flank.
Infantry are ready to initiate breakthrough operations.
Another knee of a barrage. 119, 133. Then 19 was 130.
Luftwaffe officers shall improve performance.
An officer's quarters for the Luftwaffe company and a bunker farm happening at Dumais.
The enemy has claimed our sector.
No, not a medic bunker. Looks like to be a machine gun bunker. He saw it, though, be got some attempting to break through by his American player, but
The enemy have taken our
the
territory.
tank missiles in the way. There's not really much to do if there's like any infantry in the way. What we can do?
Installing an MG-42. We have lost the sector.
Ow! Ow! Bessie! Ow! Yep. That's not being
All crews, Blitzkrieg
very
is now in
happy,
attack.
and he's basically just parked himself by the mouse. So if I try to get closer, yeah, he's gonna get a bit feisty. See if I can't. Ow! Yeah, ow! Fuck. Ow, sorry about that. But anyways, thank you all for joining in. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Had some fun, learned some things. Certainly another showcase of the Stooks on the right hands, I think, can do some good work, as they are fairly flexible. And I think in this regard, that's like one of the American players' issues. The Hellcats just aren't flexible. Like, they're great at blasting tanks, but the problem was a large part of Dumais' force was, as some of you might have noticed, not tanks or anything armored. So I think coming to the Hellcats, that was a bit of a mistake. But thank you all for joining in. I shall return tomorrow. Cheers, everyone. You're all a wonderful and delightful audience. Cheers.